The common sense lesson that I chose goes over the 4 factors of fair use and copyright. It's designed for middle school ages and will fit perfect into my future art classroom. So before beginning the lesson, I'll need to print out the handbook that goes along with the presentation, as well as the other resources that I'm planning to bring into my lesson. So for the warm-up that Common Sense recommends, it's getting students to feel empathy and a sense of unfairness about copyright and fair use issues. So putting my own twist on the animated film, instead I'm relating it to physical art, where students will all draw something and create a piece, and from there they'll crumple it into a ball and have a snowball fight, each grabbing a new piece. They're allowed to add one line or one shape to whatever they picked up, and then they're going to sign it with their own name before hanging it up on the wall, and we take a vote for which piece is best. This is hopefully going to create those same feelings of questioning and possibly frustration over copyright and people stealing their work, whether it's fair or not. So from there, I'm able to move into the presentation where students will follow along with their handout. The presentation goes over objectives, has videos that can introduce them to the ideas of copyright, as well as important vocab words that they'll probably use for the rest of their artistic lives. I also really like that this lesson plan goes over those 4 factors of fair use, and it provides an activity for students to follow, saying whether pieces are copyright or fair use, kind of that discussion, answering questions, working as a class. It also shows some music videos, so we'll go over DJ Earworms, which is kind of a silly thing to keep kids entertained, as well as this copyright law video that goes into detail about creativity, fair use, all of the above. So after going through the presentation, the handbook, and some of the videos, I also want to incorporate some real-life court cases dealing with fair use and copyright infringement, just to show students that it happens to real artists. So I'm going to print out the pictures of the 2 different pieces and hang them around the classroom like a gallery, and they'll walk through and discuss with their peers whether they think each piece is fair use or if the work has been stolen. So then at the end, after they walk through, we'll talk as a class going over the case and what the actual outcome was. And some of them are quite interesting, where the courts even went back on what they originally decided. I also want to do a little categorization where they'll work with a group or a table to try to organize under protected by copyright or not protected by copyright. And from there, I want to do a project where students use other artists as their inspiration for artwork while still respecting fair use and copyright laws. This lesson falls under the student ISTE of Innovative Designer because it's finding ways to appropriately generate ideas as well as create their own pieces. And it falls under the teacher ISTE standard of Citizen because it's teaching students the proper creative skills to respect other artists while also helping them experience empathy and ways to protect people's rights online.